Good morning, Scott Jordan here from the Bullen broadcast studio. And if you're watching live, it is the morning. If you're not watching live, it's whatever time you're watching it. That's one of the great things about being able to produce these shows live and then also have them recorded. So if you missed yesterday's shows, they're all up on the internet on our webpage, and you can get links from the bullenonline.com website. So today we have Chris Mitchell with us. A repeat appearance after yesterday's stellar performance. Chris, thanks a lot for joining us today and helping out with these presentations. We really appreciate it very much.
Good morning, Scott, and thank you very much. It's good to be here. Good morning, everybody. And I'd like to put a special thank you out there to Dr. Stink, the odor detective, who I just followed. It's incredibly hard to follow Dr. Stink. He did an informative interview about odor elimination. And what's wonderful is one of the highlight products in his interview was Airx 66, which is what we're talking about today. But let's get started. Again, just a quick brief introduction. I am Chris Mitchell. I'm an independent manufacturer representative. My company is called Solution Sales and Marketing. I live in the Philadelphia area. I work also with Joe Rodriguez and Gary Henderson, and together we cover from New York down to Virginia. I've been a manufacturer rep for 8 years, like I said, and prior to being a manufacturer representative, I worked at Diversey for a little over 7 years. I also worked at Carroll Chemical, and I also worked at a GNC and distributor in the Denver area, was one of the areas that I got started in. So my focus has always been, and I guess my passion has always been with chemicals, chemical sales, product solutions, branded products, but also really private branded products and custom formulations and creating products, creating marketing materials. So that's kind of my background. So today our plan is to take a little bit of a deeper dive into Airx 66. Airx 66 is a phenomenal product, and it's Airx 66 Bioenzymatic Foul Odor Digester. This product is a true problem solver. So what I'd like to start with is many of us in the industry, one of the interesting things about selling odor elimination products and stain elimination products is that always called to the problem to solve problems. Hey, we've all had stains and odors that just won't go away. So often a lot of those calls are the calls that the Bullen sales representatives get. Hey, I've got this odor. I got this carpet stain that just keeps coming back. I got this odor. I can't figure out where it is. It's in this area. It's in concrete. It's in tile and grout. It's in fabric or upholstery or carpets, right? The problem is because all of these odors and stains are often in very, very hard to reach areas. They're hard to get down deep. It's hard to clean. It's easy to take off a cover from a cushion, but it's hard to actually, you can't take that cushion and throw it in the washing machine, right? It's easy to take all the sheets off a bed, but you can't take that mattress and take it outside and pressure wash it, can you? You can't, you got to figure out a way to clean it with chemistry. So that's what we're talking about today. Again, because these areas are often impossible to access, they don't get cleaned on a regular basis. So what happens is you end up trying to address them once there's a problem, when that stain won't come back, or when that odor is just there. So ultimately, what you can see on the image there is You see areas where people just they clean the surfaces. They can clean the top of the surface. They might clean the top of the drain. They might clean the top of the floor, but they don't get down deep. They don't get to the problem area often of where the odor is coming from or where the stain truly is. If it's a carpet, you may get the stain out. It looks like it's gone. Odor comes back, and actually, a stain can even wick back up to the surface. We all know about carpet wicking. With the drain, you may clean that floor regularly, do a great job on a regular basis, but you don't know what's going on in that drain, under the drain cover, in the film that's sticking to the inside of the drain pipes. So the inability to clean these areas and stains causes lots of complaints, causes lots of frustration, causes lots of duplicate work and extra work just to address these issues. The other thing is that what happens is people end up utilizing the wrong products to get the task done. So what they end up doing is, hey, I'm using my floor cleaner, I'm using my typical carpet spotter, I'm using my typical air freshener just to clean this spot that just won't go away in the carpet. Yet they don't realize that where the true problem is down below the carpet. I'm using my floor cleaner. I'm even using a disinfectant. I'm doing everything I'm possibly doing to remove the odor from my grout around my toilets. I have an air freshener that I use regularly in the restroom. I have one mounted to the wall. But every day the odors come back. They either come back from my grout or they come back from the drain that's not being cleaned properly. So so what happens is often then people say, all right, you know what? My daily cleaners aren't working. I'm going to go to a real deep cleaner. I'm going to go to something that I know they told me, no, don't use acid cleaners. I know they said, hey, don't use heavy caustic alkaline cleaners. But you know what? I need something stronger to clean this. So what happens is you end up putting your workers in harm's way. They end up utilizing heavy acids, heavy alkalins, products that are unsafe, caustic, products that can cause harm to them, or worse yet, products that can actually cause harm to the surfaces that you're trying to clean. So you end up using a product that's not meant to be used for deep cleaning on a surface and use it too much, use it too often because you can't solve this problem. You're going to damage that surface. We want to avoid that at all costs. So Bullen's answer and Airx's answer to this is Airx 66 bioenzymatic foul odor digester. This is truly an amazing product that works very, very well. It's a true problem solver. So Airx 66, it's a concentrated cleaner that contains only good bacteria. Good bacteria, when we talk good bacteria, we talk about bacteria in yogurt, bacteria that's used in the brewing process for beer, or bacteria that often comes, you hear about good bacteria in cheese. You hear about good bacteria when people talk about probiotics. All of these are the bacteria that are good. So that's what we're talking. We're not talking about pathogenic bacteria, right? So don't be afraid that the bacteria that we're putting down are unsafe in any way. We're talking about good bacteria, non-pathogenic, safe, good bacteria. And the best thing about these bacteria is these bacteria produce enzymes that have an appetite for all sorts of different things. They have an appetite for odors, stains. They have appetites for fats, oils, and greases. But before we move on to that slide, what I'd like to talk about is one of the most amazing things about Airx 66 is that it contains the power of Aeroside. One of the greatest benefits of all of the Airx products, and it's something we have to talk about on a regular basis, is that they all contain the power of Aeroside, right? There's a lot of bacteria, bioenzymatic products out there, but they don't have that 1-2 punch of the bioenzymatic as well as a power of a knockdown odor eliminator, Aeroside, in every single product. So when you're going to do these tasks, when you're going to address these problems, do you want a product that's cheap and doesn't address those issues? Or do you want a product that doesn't work the first time, that you have to do it 2, 3, 4, 5 times over? No, you want a product that contains Aeroside that's going to help immediately solve your airborne odor issues every time you use it. And that's all of the products in the Airx line of products. That's what makes them all so amazing. One other thing before we move to the next slide is the odor causing these bacteria producing enzymes. They produce a cycle. So the bacteria produce enzymes with an appetite for all sorts of different fats, oils, greases, organic matters, urine, hair, cellulose, which is paper, right? And the only byproduct of this of this whole process is carbon dioxide, water, and more bacteria. And guess what? Those more bacteria produce more enzymes to start this whole process over again. It's like having an army. It's like having an army of special bacteria, an army of people working for you when you're not there, right? So who doesn't want a group of people that are there to help you solve a problem, a group of bacteria or a help to solve this problem when you're not there? It's this army is a special blend of safe bacteria. And one of the other things is it contains a lot of them, right? It contains 250 billion enzyme producing bacteria. So what I'm telling you is that not all bioenzymatic products are the same. Some of them might contain a far less amount of active enzyme producing bacteria. So you have to know what you're working with in the first place. There's different qualities of bacteria, and Bullen uses only the highest quality blends of these safe bacteria. And it's an all-purpose blend, so it attacks many, many different issues. So you don't have to choose many different products. Airx 66 does and addresses almost all of these issues at the same time they use it, the same times you use it. The good bacteria, again, like we talked about, they have this appetite. They want to look for, the good bacteria produce these enzymes that have an appetite that look for a food source. This food source can be urine, feces, blood, vomit, like we talked about, milk, cellulose, and so much more, fats, oils, and greases. That's what makes it so amazing. And again, Airx 66, like we discussed, has the added benefit of Aeroside, which helps eliminate odors immediately on a molecular level. The cool thing about Airx 66 is you can use it at so many different dilution ratios, right? So you can use it straight. If you have a problem right now and you need to address it immediately, you can actually utilize it straight, full strength, right? This is often used when you pour it down drains. You want to jumpstart the treatment on the drain. You end up utilizing it straight, and then you slowly start to cut it back to a dilution ratio. You can actually go all the way back to 2 ounces per gallon, depending on the needs. Generally, what you do is you spray, squirt, mop, pour, whatever it takes on the source of the foul odor. So if the source of the foul odor is deep within whatever the substrate that you're spraying, then the more you can get on it, the better. If it's a mattress, then obviously you may not be able to get it over that wet, or if it's a couch or whatever, but you get it as wet as you can. You let it sit as long as you can and let it work as long as you can, so it can produce that cycle that we talked about to eliminate the source of the foul odor and the stain, and keep it from coming back. It can be used in urinal traps and floor drains. Some of the most common uses of it are locker rooms, showers, bathroom floors. It can also be used in trash areas, trash chutes, obviously deep within carpet, as we have discussed, on upholstery, animal pens. Many of the uses are virtually unlimited because this product is incredibly safe. It works very well, and it needs to really be part of a daily routine, right? So this isn't one of those types of products that you get to the point where you have the issue and then you break it out to fix the issue, right? Airx 66 and most bioenzymatic products are products that you use throughout. You use them on a regular basis. You use them on a daily preventative basis to prevent these problems in the first place. So that's how it's meant to be used. Yes, you can use it stronger at the beginning and less at the end, but still, no less, it should be used on a regular basis. Let's talk about a couple different things. So I'm going to give you a couple quick stories. So some of my best success stories with this product as a whole had to address some urine issues in a New York Housing Authority building complex, multiple buildings, urine smell. So if anybody knows these buildings, they're all outdoor stairways. The urine smell on these stairways was horrific. It was actually in the hallways as well, but it was mainly in the stairways. And that's because it was a darker place. It was outside. And what happens was there was a heavy urine smell use around the steps. Cleaning that area, nothing was working. So they would clean it, but the urine stain would come back because it was saturated into the stone in the concrete. So spraying it with Airx 66 immediately knocked down that odor. So not only didn't have to wait for that whole process of bacteria producing enzymes to digest the uric acid, to digest the urine smell deep down within the tiling or the concrete and on the steps, it immediately knocked down the smell. But then that process worked for a long time afterwards. So they continued this treatment and that helped them solve it. Have another issue, again, involving urine in a New Jersey elementary school. All of the elementary schools, the different classes, there's a bathroom in every single class. So inside the classroom, the bathroom, the younger kids can go into the bathroom. It's very close. So you open up the door stays open. The problem is all the younger kids were missing the toilets. So they were cleaning it and disinfecting it. They're doing everything they can, but the urine smell just continued to come out of these restrooms. So we started a regular treatment of Airx 66. And that problem went away. And I told them, I said, you need to keep this up on a regular basis. It needs to be used on a daily basis. Go ahead, you go in, you disinfect. In fact, everybody should know you disinfect first. You let the floor dry after your proper dwell time on your disinfectant. And then after that, that is when you treat it with the Airx 66. That way there's no impact of the disinfectant on the bacteria in there. And again, safe bacteria. Other quick areas, trash chutes, compactors. People love to put bioenzymatic products in these areas because the product, again, does the work when you're not there. You can couple those with some very strong odor eliminators like Airx 60 or cleaners like Airx 34 to actually help with that whole process. One last quick story, a large multi-level building service contractor in New York had virtually no airflow in bathrooms, right? So this floor constantly was getting smells onto the floor, and it wasn't just urine, it was just a bad smell. And a lot of it was coming from the drains. So adding the Airx 66 on a regular basis to mop down the floor after they disinfected, and then also pour down the drains as a drain treatment, it helped to completely eliminate this issue for the contractor. Airx 66 is truly an amazing product that, again, does the work for you when you're not there. You set up these bacteria and enzymes to do the work when you're not there. That's the best part about them. They are problem solvers and they help you clean and eliminate stains and odors in hard to reach areas. Airx 66 is currently stocked in 12x1 quarts, 4x1 gallons, and 55-gallon drums. Please contact your sales representative to talk to your sales group, to your customers, or to your end users to present to them on this wonderful product. Again, you can also contact Bullen directly at the contact information on the screen. And I just want to say thank you to everybody for attending, and I want to hand it back off to Bullen and Scott. So thank you very much.
Hey, thanks very much, Chris. And I can see why that product, Airx 66, is one of our top-selling items in the Airx line. So I appreciate all the info. And for those of you that are tuning in live, stay tuned. We have additional shows at the top of the hour, every hour for the rest of the day, as well as tomorrow. And then again, you can watch the repeat recordings of yesterday's shows and today's shows as they're posted up. So thanks again for tuning in from the Bullen virtual show and the Bullen broadcast studio. Thanks very much for watching.